Yield farming. Can you actually make passive income with crypto? The answer is yes. At least on Ethereum, there are many different ways to yield farm, which is a way to say that you have to deposit funds, wait a little bit of time and get a return on that. Yield is basically return. Farming means you pull your funds into one of the farms, which is one of the pools, and wait a little bit for some kind of action to take your money back. So depending on the farm, this yield need to come from somewhere. On Ethereum itself, after having proof of stake mechanism right now implemented, the yield is coming as a reward for validators, so we know where it's coming from. However, there are different farms where the yield might be coming from lending protocols, so people are lending and you're getting a fee on that as a lender, or as a borrower you will pay that fee to the lenders. But there are different degen farms that the yield is coming from other people getting in. This is basically like a Ponzi scheme, and I would not recommend that, but I will have to mention that at the very end. But don't do that. This is purely educational purposes, so let's start with the best way. Right now, after the merge, Ethereum is a proof of stake blockchain, which means that you have to have certain amount of ETH and you can become a validator to do that. The number of ETH you have to have is 32. If you have 32 ETH, you can run a validator software. So this is like a considerable sum to have it. Most people do not have 32 ETH just lying around, but if you have that, you can be a validator yourself and earn rewards directly. And the current APR per year is basically 5%. So this is something you can expect from ETH itself, and this reward is coming for being a validator, which is really great. That's the simplest way to earn yield. However, you still have to remember that you won't be able to withdraw. This should be implemented within the next year, I guess, but it's not liquid in any way. So once you put in the money there, once you put in your ETH, you'll be only able to withdraw at certain point in time. And you will have to wait. Okay, the next best thing, if you have less than 32 ETH but still want to somehow participate in the rewards for staking on Ethereum itself, is Lido. Lido is basically dynamic staking for basically the way it works is like anyone that has less than 32 ETH, or even if you have more, you have the pool together with other people and they run a validator program for you, so you get those rewards from Ethereum anyway. But the plus is here that you have dynamic staking because you are able to get the tokens from Lido, which are STETH. STETH is basically the liquid version of staked ETH that you can exchange anytime. So again, currently there are $5 billion staked of ETH. Again, the API is around 5%, so it's pretty much similar to what's on Ethereum itself. And the plus is that you can withdraw or at least sell the STETH anytime because you won't be able to withdraw for now. The thing is that again, withdrawals depends on the staking itself, on the withdrawals on Ethereum itself. So that's correlated. However, you can sell and buy the STETH. The STETH itself, if you click on stake now, you'll be taken to this website for staking. And again, you can either stake whatever you have or buy directly the STETH on the platform. So the price of STETH should be 1-to-1 with Ethereum. That would be the case if you would be able to withdraw from Lido. But because right now we don't know exactly when you will be able to withdraw, that depends on Ethereum, on the staking mechanism on Ethereum. So there's a small discount, and basically there's a 2% discount for STETH. So if you want to go with Lido, basically just go to 1inch or some other exchange and buy STETH directly. This way, actually holding STETH in your wallet accrues the yield. You don't have to put that anywhere. Just buying the STETH will accrue the value. What are the risks here? The risks here are, of course, that the discount will get higher and higher, or there's some problem with staking here. You won't be able to, well, exchange that for the ETH directly, and the price will plummet. However, if everything works correctly, the STETH should be 1-to-1 with ETH, so that's additional 2% you should gain within a year or so. So if for a long term, buying STETH is the best option right now. For staking, if you have less than 32 ETH yourself and you don't want to wait. Okay, Another yield farming where we know where the yield is coming for, because if we don't know, then you probably the yield is Ethereum, is Aave. Aave is a protocol for lending, so you can either supply ETH or borrow ETH or get some other coins. So basically by supplying, you get the APY right now is super low because everyone is supplying ETH. However, this is pretty much secure. Aave was really tested for the last couple of years and it should be really fine. Of course, secure as secure crypto can be, because you never know, there are different strategies, but it's basically as secure as it can get. It's also one of the biggest DeFi protocols, if not the biggest DeFi protocols. If you don't count Uniswap, probably Uniswap is bigger here. But Aave is really the biggest lending platform. So if you have funds, you can just lend them here on Aave. Other people will be able to borrow, or you can borrow something yourself and then use that to, for example, buy more ETH or do something different. So Aave is definitely a good thing if you are scared about with staking with Ethereum and you're okay with a much smaller APY. But okay, the last thing, what if you want to maximize your APY, you're a degen and you want to play really hard? Well, then you go to Ragdog. Ragdog.io is the way where you can discover the newest farms on any blockchain, not necessarily Ethereum, and those farms have their own tokens. Basically, the way it works usually is you have to buy this token or stake this token plus Ethereum or BNB or some other coin, and you have crazy API, and those APIs are going into tens of thousands of %. Really, they are. However, as you can see, there are many problems with those farms, and it's basically the first in, first out is the best strategy here. And this is purely for fun. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I did it a couple of times, got racked. I think 5 out of 7 times I tried or something like that. So in the end, I was pretty much on the zero. That was the total outcome. Was a lot of fun. There was a lot of stress going into that. But again, it's some part of crypto as well. So Ragdog.io basically gives you all the necessary information about the farms. You can also search for particular farms. They do the audits, they do the KYC of the farms. As you can see, many farms are super high risk because of some of the issues with the farms, with contracts being first of all unverified, outrageous reward claims with no code to back it up, things like that basically makes either no sense, or for example honeypot check passed, so that's fine. But there are different things that are really hard, so I wouldn't recommend this option, but definitely read about it if you're more into yield farming and want to learn more. There are really people who make a lot of money just doing yield farming, and that was actually one of the strategies that Alameda and FTX, people from Alameda, were doing at some point during what's called the DeFi summer of 2020. Yield farms, DeFi products were really a big thing, so at least it's worth learning about them. I wouldn't interact with any of those, or at least create a separate wallet where you just have like, a couple of dollars to that you can throw away and just for learning purposes, because the thing is you probably will lose those funds by using those farms listed here for different purposes. Okay, so this is it for yield farming. Again, yield with Ethereum is just coming from staking, and this is the most important thing you should take away. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more crypto updates, crypto news, and general crypto information. We want to make the crypto world a better place and an easier to start with, because there's not enough Web3 educational content. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.